Hi all, Fuzzy Barbarian here again. Okay, so I already made a video showing you how you can access the Surge's DLC, the Good, the Bad and the Augmented from the opening area of the Surge. This video is a follow-on from that one in which I only showed the first area access point, but there are 6 access points in the game in total. Each one is can be accessed by progressing through the game to a different area. And basically to unlock all 6 you have to play the game right through to the very last area. When you do that, if you access each of the DLC doors as you progress through the game, each door then becomes permanently accessible from within the DLC. So you can see where I am here. This is the DLC area. I've unlocked every single door from every single area in the game. So all of these doors are now accessible. What happens basically is once you open these doors, as you progress through the game, they become permanently accessible from within the DLC. So you effectively create yourself a kind of a central hub to the rest of the game, which I think is really, really great and shows the devs had a lot of foresight for how they intended to design this game, because all of this is interlinked to specific doors and areas that were already in the game. So let's run through it one by one. I'll put timestamps in the description if you're looking for a specific door, but for now I'll just go through them door by door and I'll show how each door leads to what area, and I'll specifically run to the med bay of those areas and back to the door so it becomes easy to follow. Alright, let's start with door 1. I should have just shown you, I'll show you with some subsequent doors, but basically if you hover over that interact button before clicking on it, it will tell you the area you're going to go to. So this is just the first area, and I've already made a video on the first area, how to access it. So this will be less detailed than that, but I'll run straight to the med bay so we can see how to run to this door and back. Know that with some of the DLC access doors, you must overcharge a circuit to turn on the power for that area. That's not the case for all of the doors that access the DLC, but for some of them it is. I won't be running through the overcharge points in this video because it can be would make this video a bit too long, I think. But basically what you need to do is play through each area as you normally would, and you'll hit the overcharge buttons for the areas, because you won't be able to progress through the areas unless you do anyway. So alright, so from this med bay you just run this way. And it's through here. Now, like I said, this is actually one of the doors that will be closed to you unless you turn on the power for the area by progressing through this level and hitting the overcharge circuit. In the first video I made on how to access the DLC from this area, I did cover that, so if you need to know how to do that, just look that video up on my channel. So here's the door. Every single access point to the DLC has this testing chamber access lift sign on it. That sign will be dead. It'll just be grey with nothing on it if you need to overcharge power for the area. Right. So, but it's already been done here, and this just takes you straight back into the DLC. So as I said before, if you hover over the interact button, it will tell you where you're going. So that's to abandoned production. The second door here is to the DLC access point in Central Production B. So let's go there. I'm pretty sure there's a dog here that's going to get in my way. Okay, so you can see that's the access point behind there. A little sign there letting you know that there's an access point to that area, and it's very close. I didn't think he would be there to stun me. Okay, it's very close to the main med lab. Most of the doors here are close to the med lab. Most of the doors, I mean, in the DLC are close to the med lab. So here's the med lab for Central Production B.
Come back anytime.
So you just run down here. Around here. And that's it, right there. Okay, so you come out of the door, or the third door, which takes us to Resolve Biolabs. So this door puts you facing that way because it's right next to the med lab, which is here.
Good to see you.
So pretty hard to miss some of these. They're very close. And there it is. Really close. Again, if these doors are closed for you, it just means you need to turn on the power by overcharging a circuit. Okay, so for the fourth one, research and development. So again, right next to the med lab.
Hello.
I almost didn't make this video because I thought a lot of these are so close to the med labs that you guys probably won't miss them, but you know, at the same time you might be somewhere else within the level wondering where to go and you might need to backtrack. So that's that door. The fifth one is in the executive forum. And the med lab is right there.
Welcome, Captain.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Captain.
There we go. And finally the sixth one, which is in the Nucleus, the final area of the game before you battle the final boss. So with the Nucleus, I'll take you to the med lab. The med lab I have right now here positioned where you would find it initially upon activating the med lab for the first time. So when you first come into this level, you'll come up to here. This will be a circuit that activates the elevator. The elevator is this big orange thing there, which brings the med lab down to the ground floor. As you progress through this game, you'll raise the med lab up. So, but it only goes up, straight up. It doesn't go anywhere else. So you'll always be able to get your bearings from the med lab one way or the other. You just might have to jump down in order to get to the Nucleus DLC access.
The gateway to a new frontier here.
And there it is. So that's it. I just wanted to show you all the different access points. Just remember, I haven't gone into the overcharged circuit thing in this because it'll just take too long between the different points. You have to progress through the levels to do that. If you're having any trouble, I did go through it with the very first level, the very first starting area of the game. So if you're having a lot of trouble, feel free to backtrack to that. If you're in NG+, backtracking to the first level will be all you need, or entering the DLC from any point will be all you need to gain access to absolutely every episode in the DLC. If you're, it doesn't matter if you're an NG Plus or any NG++ or anything like that, you'll still only see the doors that you've opened in your current playthrough. But I've played through them all, which is why I see all the doors here. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for this video. I hope this helps you guys out, and bye for now.